Hi there, Perfecto de Castro here, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Okay, we are here at the Boutique Amps distribution warehouse in Los Angeles, California, and I'm going to give you a behind-the-scenes look into the whole Friedman operation, particularly the assembly of the brand new Jose Arredondo tribute amp. Let's go. Okay, we are here with the man himself, Dave Friedman. How's it going, Dave?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. So at NAMM, you came out with big news, the tribute amp.
Yes, Jose Arredondo tribute amp. Yep.
Yes, the amp of a lot of guitar players' dream tones.
Yes, it was, I mean, probably one of the largest, probably modifying guys in the 80s.
Right.
All likes of Steve Vai and Mick Mars and Joe Holmes and
all the monster tones.
John Sykes and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Even myself, I had one done when I was 18.
Oh yeah.
By Jose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew the man.
How did this project come about?
Well, I always kind of wanted to do something like that, but I was like, it would be really cool to contact the family. I was put in contact by someone that watches my Tone Talk show with his daughter. You know, she's getting older, she's getting time for her to retire, and it's just like, she wanted to, get involved, and, I wanted to do a tribute with the family involved, to the
Was she doing
father.
The mods herself, too?
No, she wasn't, no.
Okay.
No.
Okay. But she had all the info?
She had the info, I had the info. I mean, I've probably worked on
all of them?
70 of them or something
70
over time. 70 Jose mods. No joke, actually, probably. I have a couple of friends of mine that have like collections of like 10, 12.
Wow.
And stuff. And I worked on the Vi amps and the Sykes amps and the Mick Mars amp and and many others,
How different are they from each other?
He had some core mods he did, and basically it was about how high gain or how lower gain it was. Okay. So the basic mod was called the 3-in-1 mod. It was basically a gain stage in front of a Marshall with a master. It's a good rock crunch tone.
Okay.
It's not super high gain, but then he had another mode that you could have these clipping diodes in, and 70% of the amps didn't have that.
Right.
That were out there.
At the time?
At the time, yeah. But there are some that do.
Okay.
Vi's amp had it, although I'm not sure he really used it in the high clipping mode.
Okay.
And Mick Mars amp didn't have it. Sykes amps, some did and some didn't.
Do you think that depends on how loud they run the amps, or no?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, at the time everyone ran the amps loud, when guitar was real.
The proper way to run them.
Proper way to run them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone's idea of gain over the years has escalated tenfold.
Right.
And that's for the bad, I would think.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, less gain is always punchier. It's always bigger. It always sounds less like a bag of bees. Yeah.
It's interesting to hear.
It tracks better. It just sits better. Everything.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's interesting to hear that from you, whose amps are known for like high gain.
Kind of. I don't think I'm known for super high gain.
Okay.
In fact, there are people like, I'm on the HB channel with the SAT on, and is there any way you can give me more gain? I'm like, I'm literally like, no. Use a pedal.
Yeah. Or turn the master up.
That's true. You could do that too. Yeah.
And get thrown out.
Yeah.
Well, can you show us, guide us behind the building of these amps?
Sure. This is Lonnie.
Hey, Lonnie.
Hey guys, hey man.
Lonnie's one of 2 builders that builds these amps, along with myself. The idea behind this is I was heavily involved in every single one of these, so it's not like it's a huge assembly line mass producing things.
Right.
Yeah. It's very important for it to be right for me.
Right.
And these are a couple he's working on right now.
Now, amongst the mods that you've seen all over the years, how did you decide to pick the ones to put in this amp?
This pretty much has all the most everything he did
Okay.
in it. And it is the traditional circuits. The only thing we improved is how you can switch between the mods a little bit. Because at the time it was a bit archaic.
Right.
And
with
so
the
there was some
extra knots and
improvements
all that.
in how you could switch between the different mods. But the circuit is actually verbatim what he had done.
Okay. The controls on the faceplate is also like a lot cleaner layout.
Yeah, they're not all over the place. Yeah, we laid it out nicely, and
Less
we laid it out
mod-like.
with the the modern PCB, high quality, thick. Every amp is really consistent because of the way we laid everything out.
Okay.
It's easier to build. It's from one amp to the other. There isn't a lot of difference.
And then what's at the core of the Arredondo mods, or the Arredondo amp?
What do you mean by that? That's core.
Like you mentioned earlier, it had core mods and then variations.
Yeah, well, there were some variations. So I mean, this pretty much has all of them. Let's see. There's ways you can run this amp in a plexi-like mode, like a 4-input Marshall style mode, which is basically no mods really.
Right.
And his original 3-in-1 mod had the ability to do that. Then the next thing is adding one gain stage to it with a standard master volume. And that was part of the 3-in-1 mod, the hotter input on the 3-in-1 mod. And that is also in this amp.
Okay.
Then he also did this other thing where it had a push-pull master. It was 2 different styles of master volumes. And there's a unique circuit that he came up with that has a kind of a clipping diode circuit that it kind of acts like a limiter a little bit.
Okay.
Adding a little more gain. And uniquely, he had a master volume that was pre-EQ instead of post-EQ. And the old amps, which he pulled it out, it was in that mode. When it's in, the clipping diodes are still there, some, but it's back to the post-EQ master like the standard 3-in-1 has. Basically, this has all of it.
Okay.
With a proper effects loop.
Okay.
Unlike the passive effects loops that he often put in amps, which really don't work today.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the effects loop, where is it placed in the amp?
Post preamp.
Post everything.
Post preamp before power amp. And on this amp also it has 2 different presence styles.
Right.
And the reason I did that is out of 70 amps or so I've worked on, it was about half and half on which style presence wiring was used. He didn't change that. It had to do with the amp that was brought in to begin with.
Okay.
So I put both on because I think they're both cool sounds.
Nice.
So yeah, we tried to give it everything.
And then with the effects loop, is it similar with the B100 where it's like a secondary master?
Yes. Similar like an original B100 or a newer B100, which is the system master on front. Yeah, it's similar. If the loop's in, you do have a return level, which is on the back of the amp. Right. And you could pull your masters higher on the front and turn that one down if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Since this is a single channel amp, I can hook up like a Tone King Imperial pedal and with the AB.
Sure.
That way you get like more channels.
Yeah, you could. Absolutely. Yeah, it would work fine with the loop.
Okay. See.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That's what you're doing.
Yes, that's the plan. Right now, what are you doing today? As far as
today I'm here every week testing amps. I do final sign off on all the amps.
Okay.
Today we have some Jose's in there I would be testing.
Okay. Can you show us how you test it?
Sure. We can do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, let's go into Dave's lab.
Going into the lab.
Look at all that.
We have a Jose here.
Okay.
That we are going to look at on the scope, make sure it's operating right. Maybe take a listen. Untangle the cables first.
So do you have steps that you follow whenever you test like all these amps?
Just check every mode first. I'd check it all on the scope. I can tell on the scope if everything's like proper. Probably do a listen just to hiss and like if there's any noises or crackles or anything.
Okay.
And then I might play it. I might not play it depending on.
So you mean you don't jam out all day on these amps?
I can't do every single amp that we're making all day.
Yeah.
But I know from experience what I'm looking at is correct.
Okay.
And
it's not what typical people think that of folks that work in amp factories that.
oh yeah, no. I mean, no, there is okay. So generally speaking, in all the amps here, they go through a very experienced tech that burns in the amps, tubes the amps, checks for any problems already.
Mm-hmm.
Very experienced tech. He worked Bogner, he worked at Fender, he worked very great tech, and Ted out there. Then it would come after it burns in. It comes to my rack. Then I test it.
Mm-hmm.
I sign off on it. I sign the chassis, which I'll do in a minute. Then it goes to putting in the head shell, and then it goes to another tester that does play test every mode on the amp also.
Okay.
So it's a 3-step process. We hope to catch any issues,
Right.
within that.
So three chances to catch anything.
3 chances to catch anything before it goes out. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the final tester doesn't just shred all day.
He plays all day.
Oh,
actually,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
He does play all day. He doesn't look at it on the scope or anything. Yeah,
Okay.
That's done at that point. I don't know how much time he actually spends on each one, but I mean, he does. He does play it all.
See, that's my kind of job.
Yeah. It probably doesn't pay what you want to pay. Just a guess, but I actually have no idea what it pays. So on the scope, I can see that this waveform looks proper to me. I can see if knobs are functioning. I can see the plex mode is working. I can see the fat mode's working. I can see all the knobs are functioning.
Are you looking for a particular curve?
Yeah. Basically, that is the proper curve that I would see with this amp. So, and then I can switch gain styles, which that is the higher gain mode. That looks a little different. And that's another mode. So I can tell all the modes are working.
Okay.
And then I can also, I have the loop going. I can see that the loop is functioning fully.
Nice.
So that looks fine.
Yeah. And since not a lot of hands are involved in building this, you get the consistency as well.
Well, the consistency comes from how we constructed it.
Right.
But also the wiring consistency comes from the 2 other builders along with myself that do this.
Right.
So, because I literally, only these 2 guys can do it.
Right. It's more of like a master craftsman style.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, instead of apprentice, assemble this and then I'll fix your...
Exactly. And as you can see, that's on, the whole amp's on 10 right now.
Okay.
There's no hum or anything, there's hiss, that's it.
What's your preferred speakers for the cab with this amp?
I mean, it works with our mix, our speaker blend cab that we have, Greenback and V30. It works well with that. Honestly, it works well with V30s. It works well with greenbacks, all greenbacks. So, this cab's all greenbacks. And that's it.
Now, for your taste, how would you dial that in?
Well, this is sort of upside down, so it depends on what mode you're in. So as far as the switches go, you have 2 different styles of presence. Basically, that's either the new end presence. It was a period in time in the late 70s or mid 70s where they used a larger presence cap on that. So it's kind of a fatter sounding presence, more into the mid-range. The other one is your typical real highs, just sizzling highs. And then you have a gain style switch. So in the center is the lowest gain of the Jose, well, I mean, the lowest would be the plexi, but
Right.
but in the gain mode, it's the lowest gain in the center, and then in the that would be right. It has clipping diodes in, but it still has this post master, and then to the left, it switches masters to this pre-master volume control, which is before the EQ, and that causes the clipping to be heavier, more gain, more severe. Now, you have a gain knob, which is the extra gain stage that's added in front of this amp. That's how, let's see here. Yeah, less gain. You also have a fat switch on this amp. It out of the first gain stage, it just is a fatter capacitor, and you might not use it if you're using it in the high gain modes. Right. You might use it if you're using it in a lower gain mode and you just want a little fullness to it. Maybe a lower volume, but still, if you're kind of going for tight rock, maybe not. Okay. That was in one particular amp that I had worked on, that I had been involved with over the years, and I thought I'd just add that for fun. The concept of a Jose is a gain stage in front of a 4-input Marshall that has a regular old, like, JCM 800 style master volume on it, which is post EQ. So, you know, in this gain style mode in the center here, that's all you're getting. There's no clipping diodes, there's no nothing, and with the gain on 10, see, this. I'm in the fatter presence. Listen to this. It's in the kind of into the mid range, where this the top end. So depending on what sound you got going, you might like either or.
Okay. And in plexi mode, does the EQ work like a regular Marshall, where it's reductive?
Yeah, I mean it's the exact same EQ. It's the reason EQs aren't so reactive, right? Is you're not putting much in a plexi. You're not putting much level through the EQ. So like if I turn off, like if I listened in this mode, you know, you hear the EQs doing something, right? If I go in plex mode, it's there, but
not as obvious.
Not as obvious. The cool thing in plex mode, you can also use the different gain styles. So this is without the extra gain stage, so you can go where it's just a little more. Now it's a little dirtier. Or even dirtier. Okay. This is still in plex mode. And then you can add the drive. Because you're adding a gain stage in front of the kind of 4-input Marshall style deal, you still have volume 1 and volume 2 like you would on a 4-input Marshall. So you have the treble volume and the bass volume. Mm-hmm. So like on our Plex amp, we made these so you can blend them. On the original Jose, he had a pull both knob, switch, which would make that happen. We just did it so you can permanently blend them.
I see.
So like if you wanted it, it adds more low end. Might not hear it in the video the way we have it going right now, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, so the low end is controlled by one of the volumes instead of just the bass control.
Yes, so
yeah, the blending in the darker
channel.
channel.
If you're familiar with an old Marshall, you have a treble channel and a bass channel, and a lot of times people would jumper those channels.
Right.
Well, this is jumpered already with a gain stage in front, so you can just pull in a little bit of the low end of the channel like you did on jumpering an old Marshall.
Right. And if one of the channels is all the way down, does it feel like it's not jumpered?
Yeah, it's completely out.
Okay.
If volume 2 is at 0, it's completely out of the chain.
Okay, yeah, because some people have ideas about
the
that.
thing about jumpering
Yeah.
is in the original way that it was done, it would actually cut gain by jumpering stuff.
Right.
And that's what I didn't like even about the original pull both on the Jose. If you pulled it out, you'd lose gain.
Right.
I didn't want to lose gain. I just wanted to blend in a little of the bass channel. So we do it in such a way, like on my Plex amp or this amp, where you're not losing anything.
Right.
So, a couple minor improvements on switching and functionality, but all the circuits are traditional to what he did in the amps.
If I zoom in on Pete Thorne's via Arredondo amp and copy the settings, will I get close?
I mean, maybe if you know which mode to use it in.
Okay.
And it depends on which mode he was using it in.
Right.
Was the master pulled out or was it in?
Right.
But yeah, you for sure.
Awesome.
A funny story is I have a Jose amp at my shop that I own, and it's just a basic one. It's not the clipping diodes. And when I was first making this amp, I never A/B'd it. I made this amp just from my memory of how this is supposed to be. Right?
Yeah.
Never A/B'd it to anything.
Yeah.
And after we already started making it, I'm like, hey, I should probably A/B it to the original amp I have.
Yeah.
And I did. I'm like going, well, that's good. It was exactly the same.
Nice. And that was your first Arredondo model?
It wasn't my first one. My first one I sold years ago, stupidly.
Oh.
But who would have known at the time?
Yeah.
And it was sold to Lon Cohen Studio Rentals, and later he sold it for a whole bunch of money. Because at one point in time I asked him, hey, you wouldn't sell that back to me, would you?
And I guess the answer
was no. Because I wasn't going to pay what, I needed. I don't have to, yeah.
There you go. All the Jose Arredondo tribute amps by Dave Friedman is in production and rolling out and heading to their forever homes very soon.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're moving.
They're moving. And if you want your own, I will put a link to the is it still pre-order?
Yeah, it's still a pre-order list, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, eventually when we get to the end of the list, it'll go up on the normal store.
Okay.
So anyone can get it. But if we would have released it all at once, we would have crashed all our servers.
Yeah. And in that respect, it's pretty much is like a small team boutique build.
Yes, absolutely, for this.
Yeah.
And the other thing, if anyone who is on the list, please check your spam folders.
Yes.
Just in case you got a notification and it went into the spam folder, which it can. It should be a Friedman email, an admin Friedman email.
So check it out. Go to the link, pre-order yours. And thanks for watching this video. Cheers. Thanks, Dave.
Had to get the pick out of it.
Yeah.